In terms of the shoot itself, how did that run, or how many days did you have? Or
17 days principal photography, and then I'd always had an allowance for 3 days pickups or B-roll or whatever, because I knew this sort of in 17 or 20 days is really difficult to shoot a film, and like inevitably when you're in the edit you're going to find that just simple things like a look or something can really get you over something. So there was always that allowance. For the 3 extra days. So we shot the 3 extra days, but did it quite quickly actually. After the first rough cut, I rushed into using up those 3 days, and then actually didn't end up using maybe 10% of what we shot in those 3 days, and then shot one more day much later on. In hindsight, it would have been better to wait.
It's great advice, actually.
Immediately after the first rough cut, because a lot of times after the first rough cut you'll throw stuff out, and then 2 or 3 cuts later you'll bring some of that stuff back in. But definitely, like, I'm not saying that rewind should be like anything anyone would aspire to do or whatever, but I think any film can benefit from allowing a couple of days at the back end, like shoot the bulk of it, but then always have an allowance for a couple of days, whatever that might be.
Yeah, I think the momentum of actually the shooting process can be held up by sort of ticking the boxes, and I think that piece of advice that you've given is like massive in terms of get through the shoot and don't jump straight into thinking, oh God, I never got a close up of that, or I never got this, because ultimately you might need it, or you might apply the resources in the wrong way.
What'd you shoot on?
Shot in red. Yeah, shot in red with just a very basic package and a very basic